The moon is calling again. Over 50 years since the Apollo mission, NASA is finally returning. Not just to walk on the surface, but to stay and build a future beyond Earth. This is the Artemis program, a bold multinational effort to establish a permanent human presence on the moon and use it as a springboard to Mars. If you thought space was cool during the Apollo era, wait till you see what Artemis has in store. And yes, there will be robots, rockets, and possibly some anime level drama. So, why Artemis? In Greek mythology, Artemis is the goddess of the moon, twin sister to Apollo. NASA chose this name as a symbolic continuation of the original moon program. Apollo was the first giant leap. Artemis is the next step. But this time is not just about revisiting old footprints. Artemis aims to land the first woman and the first person of color on the lunar surface. It's about inclusion, diversity, and building a new chapter in exploration. Also, Artemis is a total badass in mythology. Hunter, protector, independent. Basically, if she were in an anime, she'd have her own solo intro episodes and dual blades. And she is a total badass character in Percy Jackson novel. Artemis is not a nostalgia trip. It's part of NASA's larger plan to establish a sustainable human presence beyond Earth. Here's what that looks like. Long-term lunar exploration mission. Building lunar infrastructures like habitats, rovers, and power systems. Mining lunar ice for water and fuel. Testing tech for Mars. Launching a space station around the moon, the Lunar Gateway. The idea is simple. Learn how to live and work on another world before taking the next jump to the Mars. Think of it as the space version of leveling up before the boss battle. Now let's look at the toys NASA is bringing to the battlefield. First one, SLS, Space Launch System, the most powerful rocket since Saturn V. Think of it like the Gundam of launch vehicles. It's massive, loud, and gets things done. Second one, Orion capsule, built to carry astronauts to the moon and bring them back. It's got life support, deep space navigation, and room for 4 people. Like a high-tech space Uber but with radiation shielding. Third one, Lunar Gateway, a small station in orbit around the moon. It will act like a command center, science lab, and transfer dock. Basically the moon version of Hidden Leaf Village. Fourth one, Human Landing System. NASA picked SpaceX Starship to land the crew. Yes, that shining silver bullet that looks like a spaceship from sci-fi novel. Other companies like Blue Origin are also working on alternate landers. Fifth one, Artemis Base Camp. Eventually, we will have a semi-permanent base near the moon's south pole, an area with sunlight, water ice, and enough terrain challenges to make even Attack on Titan scouts nervous. Let's go over the missions one by one, no filler episodes here. Artemis 1, 2022. Uncrewed mission, tested SLS and Orion in deep space. Completed a 25 days journey around the moon. Proved that everything could survive deep space and return safely. No astronauts, but the mannequins were probably more cooperative anyway. Artemis 2, planned for 2025. First crewed mission. 4 astronauts, including one from Canada, will orbit the moon but not land. A 10-day mission to test life support, navigation, and communication. Basically, the moon version of a school field trip, just 240,000 miles longer. Artemis 3, planned for 2026. This is the big one. Humans landing on the moon again, landing at the lunar south pole. SpaceX Starship will bring astronauts down. First woman and person of color will walk on the surface of the moon. moonwalks, experiments, maybe a few selfies all planned. Artemis 4 and beyond, 2028 to 2030s, will include gateway assembly, extended lunar mission, base camp development, the beginning of permanent infrastructures on the moon. Basically, it's no longer a visit, we are moving in. NASA is not doing this alone. Artemis is powered by teamwork like the space version of cross-universe anime collaboration. International partners, ESA, Europe, builds Orion service module and gateway modules. CSA, Canada, is building Canadarm3 for gateway. JAXA, Japan, is contributing logistics and tech. Over 30 countries have signed the Artemis Accords, agreeing to peaceful exploration principles. Private sectors, SpaceX, Blue Origin, Boeing, Lockheed Martin and others, everything from rockets to life support systems to lunar rovers. This is not just government versus aliens, it's governments, companies and astronauts versus the void of space. Of course, it's not all launch pads and moon dust. Problems? Yeah, a few. Delays. Artemis 2 was originally planned for 2024. Now it's likely 2025. Budget. Artemis 1 cost over $4 billion. Tech. Starship, Gateway, new spacesuit still in development. The moon's south pole. Extremely cold, shadowy craters and rough terrain. If this were an anime arc, this would be the training montage plus villain attack phase. But hey, the greater the challenge, the greater the reward. So what's next after Artemis? Here's the roadmap. Artemis 5-6. More moon missions, more base building, mining lunar resources, especially water ice. Fully operational lunar gateway by 2030. Habitat experiments, lunar homes, solar power stations. First Mars mission may be mid-2030s depending on funding and tech readiness. The moon is a stepping stone. Artemis is the first act of a larger story. Next stop, Mars, and maybe someday beyond. The Artemis program is more than just science. It's a statement that we are still explorers, still dreamers, still reaching for the stars. From mythology to modern missions, Artemis is about progress, new faces, new challenges, and a renewed promise. We are going back to the moon, not just to stay, but to push farther than ever before. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more space content, and drop your favorite anime character you have sent to the moon in the comments. This is the Artemis generation. Let's get ready to launch.